All right, there we go. I think we're live now. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Sorry, YouTube was kind of lagging on me. I pushed live a few minutes ago, like you can see this little button right here, but it was fogging out. So last time that happened, I thought I was streaming for like a half an hour, and you guys were never watching me to begin with. All right, there we go. Hope you guys are having a very, very good afternoon, though. This is the weekly chart right here for Bitcoin. This is what I'm looking at the moment. Just a little bit of stuff. Not too much craziness at the moment here, though. All right, here we go. There we are. So here. Hey, Putin's cat. Hey, Jason. Putin's cat. Is that a new picture right there? Hey, LaPush. Hey, Arx Crypto, Hota, Bradius, Dish and Biscuits. There we go. And hey, Nathan. And hey, Prince Pen. Let's see. All right. Wait for a few people to pop in here, then we'll start going with the mainstream. Let me see right here, though. Let me make this fix on my end. And you guys should hear that. Should be going good here. Let's see. There you go here. For 8 p.m. There we are. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Monica. Hey, Riz. And hey, Joseph. And hey, Crypto Corp. Oh, and hey, Ryan right there, too. All right, everybody. What I'm looking at so far is this weekend chart. What I can see right here is this is more of a time where I think we might take another leg down. We just talked about over the past few days, like $47,000 or so. We might come all the way back down here to this Fibonacci level, somewhere around like $44,000, and that's what I'm waiting for. If you guys look at the moving averages here, this is the green one's the 20, the 50 is the blue one here. We're pretty darn close to falling down below the 50 here. And if we fall, we're probably going to test this $45,000 level at. So just keep that in mind. I think there's more of an opportunity here to short, according to the weekly chart. Hopefully from then we can just hold, then try to bounce right off of that. That's my plan for now. Again, if we break down below this trend line, that's going to be your cue to open up a short, because if we do, we're most likely going to head back down here to maybe $37,000 or so. So keep an eye on it. I'm hoping for now we're going to try to curl back up. But the other alternative here is if we do, well, I would say when we come down here, but I don't know 100%. When we do come down here, or if we do come down here and we break down below, it'd be a nice easy short to come down here to at least 36,000, maybe even all the way down here to 30,000. But I'm hoping we don't have to come all the way down there before we start, having a little bit more of a reversal. Now let me head back over to the daily chart here. This one doesn't make much sense here because I did it on the weekly chart, but I'll take this off for now. And now let me just add the Fibonacci's that we're used to for the short-term moves. There we go. No, it's not even this one we need to use right now. It's the other one, the shorter-term breakout. There we go. See how we failed to break above that a couple days ago, or a few days ago now? And we're just fighting for our lives above the 200. Or not for our lives, but we're just fighting with the 200 here pretty soon. There we go, though. Put that back to the second chart. There we go. And let me see what's going on here. Hey, 1977 of Richard. RW. Yeah, I'm not panicking so much right here. I'm just looking for an opportunity to place a short position going forward. You're seeing right now we're running into a little bit of resistance. This line was from all the way back over here. But it looks like Bitcoin wants to come down a little bit more. I'm going to wait to see. I want to see if we can get a nice little pump out of this. And then maybe in a short-term pump would be a good opportunity to open up a short position. The one good thing here, guys, is we'll go through the list, actually. Dogecoin still trying to hold steady. It's, closing in on support. Let's see what happens there. Ethereum still going sideways. What I'm seeing here is that bearish cross, that breakdown right there. We might see Ethereum come back down to this trend line sometime over this by this weekend. Matic still chugging up here. Still looks pretty good. I'm pretty much like 60% scaled out of my Matic at this point. I'm still holding in case we can still have another rally. But I don't want to see us start, coming down here and then starting to fall down below the 20 moving average on the daily. If we start falling down below that one, I'm going to get rid of the last of my Matic position. Maybe everything but 10% just to see what happens in the future with it. ADA still falling, nothing special there. XRP trying to get back above support, having some issues just because the 20 is crossing down below the 200. That's going to be a little bit of a breakdown there. BitTorrent's trying to have a little bit of a pump. It's basically just bouncing off of the 20 right here. Looks pretty nice. If you wanted to play BitTorrent today and if Bitcoin had a decent rebound, you might be able to see a spike where it goes back above the moving averages here. In that case, you might see it come up. Let me get this right here, like another 10% from where it is now. So you might want to be watching this pretty closely. And at the same time, if you wanted to buy some of this, just have something more like a 2 to 3% stop loss to protect yourself. But at the moment, go to the 15. You know, it's starting to curl back up. It's starting to find its resistance. It's starting to lose sellers. More buyers are hopping in. You're starting to see the first crossovers. And so there's a chance of it having a nice little rebound here over the next few hours or so as it tries to curl back up. I would actually just use this trend line as a stop loss. For now, it's like 7% down. I don't think it's definitely worth it if you want to have it pop up like right back up here to like 1920. But you could always just use this bottom right here, support 3216, which would be a little bit safer. Ethereum Classic. Let me see. Oh, sorry, this is Ethereum Classic going to run into resistance here. Yeah, crossover. I wouldn't touch this just yet, but if this can find a way to break out, that'd be a good opportunity to buy. Day trade only because it might have some issues as it tries to fight the 20-day moving average. XLM, anything here? Now it's falling down like ADA. Litecoin falling down as well. Resistance at the 200. EOS. Nothing interesting at EOS. Actually broke down below. This one definitely wants to come a little bit more. STMX coming down and kind of break the resistance as well. STMX is down 6%. I get. Let's see. Looking at here, any support levels? That's gonna it's gonna try to hold the 0.02347. Sol still chugging. Sol could be a good opportunity if you guys wanted to buy it right here. This was a short-term trend line here, and you saw if you would have opened a short right here. Of course, you had that scary bounce that always happens when this happens right here when you have a breakdown, but came back down, had a double bottom, could have had a short-term buying opportunity, but it didn't look like it really amounted to much here. So again, if Sol manages to break down below 178.40, $178.40, another shorting opportunity is going to be there for you guys. FTM, we talked about this breakdown already. There hasn't been a crossover here in a while. The 200's down there. I'd like to see this come a little bit lower. If Bitcoin can somehow stay stable at these levels and it comes down towards like maybe 125 or something like that, I'd be looking to buy some Phantom here. Phantom has had some decent moves in the past. SHIB barely holding on to support right here, like just barely. Not even sure if this is an accurate representation of support because really it's kind of already fallen down below that. BSV. Let's see what this has been up to. Double top, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be touching this until it actually tries to break out here. Then maybe I can have some confidence, but this is definitely going to take some time. You're seeing you're going to see a death cross here in the next few days. DOT coming down. It looks like a lot of crypto just in general wants to continue coming down here. If you're doing long-term holds, you should be fine. You know, you're used to these kind of ebbs and woes of the market. If you guys are swing trading, think about opening a short position rather than a long position. There will be some bounces in here every now and again, but looks like unless whales really pump us up or we have some good news to really change what's going on here, you're gonna most likely gonna see a lot of these coins start curling back down quite a bit. Alrighty, back over here to the 5 here. Hey, Sergeant Franco, thank you very, very much for the super chat, man. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me make sure I can actually do that little. Sometimes I'm not sure if it actually shows or not. There we go. Sergeant Franco donated $2.99. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate it. I truly mean that. Thank you very, very much, my man. Happy almost Friday. Yes, sir. I'm so excited for Friday. Hey, Yagbe, will it go down or up? I'm thinking more in the medium term. We're going to start heading a little bit more down here. I'm hoping whales can save us, but usually if I was to kind of guess, I'd say we probably might $44,000 to $45,000 range is where I'd say if you wanted to buy it somewhere down here. So far, I'm just waiting to see. If we go over here to the 15, that may make it a little bit easier. We had a shorting opportunity we talked a while ago about here, right? You saw this on another few coins. Breakdown. Somebody's at my door, but I don't know who it is, so I'm not gonna go check it out. He's wearing a Miami Dolphins shirt or a sweatshirt. He's not a neighbor. And they're walking off. Oh, there's a lady with him too. Okay, that was creepy. All right, sorry about that. Hit resistance. Wow, looking at the 15, I think this is an okay time to start shorting Bitcoin again, but let's see. We did have some type of an ugly double bottom here. We did break above that. There was a little bit of move there. We're fighting the resistance. Had a little bit more of a bullish crossover, which looks kind of nice, though. Maybe if we break down below the 50, was anything else really below that? Not much, yeah. All right, could be an opportunity to open up a short position on Bitcoin if you wanted right now. Just on the 5, though. Hopefully we're going to be able to bounce back off or something like that, so it's not really a confident position, but something you guys may look into. Let's see. Hey, Brandon, a lot of people, yeah, there's always going to be people panicking in the market, especially when they're not making money. There's a lot of FUD in Bitcoin or just crypto in general when you're not making money. The good thing about crypto, though, is you can also short it, which is why I always tell you guys, hey, like, don't be afraid to learn how to short. I know people don't like it, but, I mean, if there's money to be made, there's money to be made there. Now, I don't do shorting on stocks because, you know, but I am always happy to short crypto. Mostly the crypto is just so much easier to short. Let me see right here. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for another safer opportunity to short, you can wait for this line to break down. It's on the 4 hour here. That's what you guys can do. Otherwise, looking at the 15, running into resistance. I'd really wait for us to come down here. A little bit more of a safer play to wait for us to break down below this level. Until then, excuse me, you're just going to be patient with this one. See. Alrighty. Let's see right here. On the 5. Second chart right here. Hoping we can break out above this $48,600 level-ish. You can see the resistance is a little bit higher than that. Let's see. Hey, Jose. I think Crow's fine. I wouldn't be buying it right now, though. I think it's good just for the options that Crypto.com gives you. So better for long-term holds. Hey, Third Eye. Hey, Ken Rangers. You're expecting the Evergrande default today to cause a huge dip for crypto? I'm not necessarily expecting that particularly to cause the crypto drop. I think it would have more influence on the stock market, to be frank. The way I'm looking at Bitcoin already, in my eyes, already wants to drop without this information, like without the Evergrande information there. So maybe it might accelerate the drop or cause it to be a little more drastic, something like that. But I don't think it's going to be like the key reason that we're falling down. We do have some important data coming out tomorrow, though. Which one is it? There we go. No. Okay, it's not showing me the stuff for today. Hold on. CPI, core CPI, those are the two numbers we're looking at for tomorrow. Expecting 0.06, it looks like. We want to hope that it's a little bit less than that or just at that. If that's a little bit high, you may see the market take a little bit more of a beating. And then from there, you might expect crypto to take a beating as well, closer to tomorrow. And I think as I was looking through a lot of the options, momentums here, I believe I saw a lot of trades hopping off for puts on SPY and Triple Q and stuff like that. Let's go to actually just go to the dashboard here for options. Yeah, overall flow bearish, QQQ option summary. There you go. So that's what I was looking at. Towards the end of the day, you saw a bunch of puts come up here. And I think all these puts are exclusively just for the CPI data that comes up tomorrow. If it's worse than expected, which, you know, nowadays you could always kind of expect it to be worse than expected, then it might be like a 1 day hold, 2 day type of hold thing. I wouldn't try to run up, you know, I wouldn't try to catch up with them since the trading days are already over. But I think they're expecting a bad CPI report. So we'll look at it tomorrow morning, or you guys will see it tomorrow morning, and make your decisions if you guys want to do some trades on there. But I think it will hurt Bitcoin if that's a bad number. Hey Ken, just got in. Did you talk about Lucid yet? Is it a good buying opportunity? Let me take a peek at it here. It just broke down below the 50. I would say no, not right now. You want to wait for more of a bullish breakout. Right now, it's just still in this downtrend, and until it breaks that downtrend, something like that right there, I would say hold off on it. Maybe, is there any support down here? I'm like maybe around $31, $32. You can start to take a nibble on this one. But right now, it's not really doing anything bullish. It's actually breaking down below the 50. So you're going to probably hold off of this for a little bit. If it can manage to break above this trend line here, which seems like it, you know, fairly easy, just 2 days of it going at least sideways, then I think you could find a good move here. But the fact it just broke down below the 50 leads me to believe it's going to come down a little bit more. Maybe it'll have some good news tomorrow. Maybe the CPI numbers won't be so bad, so a whole bunch of money will just kind of flow into the market. That can help it out a little bit that way. But for now, I'd say be a little careful of this one. If you wanted to buy something, just take a nibble, because there's a small buying zone here, but it's not too optimistic just because of the downtrend and also breaking down below the 50-day moving average as well. Excuse me. Hey, Lagrasso, what about a short flux? What about a short flux? Let me know and I'll try to answer the question. Hey, good evening, Heaton. Let's see. Hey, Peaceful. Yeah, that's one option there. What I'm battling in my head is that head and shoulders versus the double top on the weekly. So if we, let me open up a different Bitcoin chart here. KuCoin. Weekly. You see how we're kind of squeezed in between the 20 moving average and the 50 here, and how normally when we break down or up, you know, we're kind of in a big move. Flip a coin. It's gonna be it's gonna be a big one. Overall, I'm just going more with the trend at the moment instead of I'm just going with the trend. Normally, when I'm kind of 50-50, I decide to just go with the trend here. We could definitely have a little bit more of a bounce, but I think we might take, like, I'm basically saying another few days of going down, and then the next week candle, then we can start going back up. But for now, I'm still a little bit more bearish. I'm hoping I'm wrong here, but we'll see. Let me go right here. Oh, and then of course you can actually see the head, the shoulders kind of on the weekly chart here. Shoulder, head, kind of bounce right here. I just think we might want to do one more leg down, and then we could start bouncing back up. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing at the moment. But definitely be prepared in case we do have a little bit of bounce. If you're looking for something to be a little bit more optimistic on, if we can start breaking above, if we can hold on to the 200 first of all, and then break above 51,940, so about $52,000, then that a lot more of a larger move coming up for that one. Maybe with a price target of somewhere around here of like $53,000, $54,000 maybe. But yeah, that is another opportunity right there. Part of me is just kind of really worried about Bitcoin with all these numbers coming out, like the CPI numbers, and especially that weekly chart. That weekly chart, how we're getting squeezed with the moving averages, I'm not a fan of that at the moment. But I'm hoping we can move up a little bit more here. Oh, my stomach's making noise. There we go. But we could always have a short-term pump, like try to get back up here as well, like up to like $51,000 or so. But for now, just, riding this wave. When there's this level of uncertainty, I'm not even trading at the moment. I'm just kind of watching. If I'm doing trading, it's more of a, Matic's doing well right now. I may look to open up a short on Matic here and a little bit later on tonight. Hey, Dumbbell Curl. The 1 4-hour 200 MEs are down. If the daily is down, I'm shorting all in, baby. There's going to be a lot of people probably shorting here pretty soon. Let's just see what happens with the news tomorrow. Maybe the CPI numbers won't be so bad. Maybe they won't be too bad, and we'll be able to kind of move on here with some ease. SEC is investigating Lucid, and they're planning on a $1.7 billion convertible bond sale. Was a huge sell-off. Ah, that's what it is. So they're running out of money right there, Lucid is. Okay, well, I would say if that's the case, yeah, I would hold off until they get some more optimistic news. Most people are probably going to be buying puts on Lucid Motors and not any calls or anything like that. Let's see. Hey, Ghost, hope you're doing well. And hey, CK. What's right here? Oh, Halo Push. Let's see here. Welcome everyone around the world. It is kind of crazy to think that we do have people here from all around the world. How are you feeling about Ethereum? I'm pretty bearish on the entire crypto market right now until we can manage to break out. I was talking with Ahmed earlier today, and we were talking about here. Let me bring up KuCoin again. Take off this resistance. And let me bring up this. All right. I don't know if any of you guys have seen one of these clouds before, but we're broke down below it. Usually I like to go long as we break out of the actual cloud. The cloud itself is this foggy place in between these two moving averages. If you guys are looking to go long or go heavy into a position for Bitcoin or whatever altcoin you're looking at, I would wait until Bitcoin manages to break back above a cloud. Especially coming out of a downtrend. When you see a major trend reversal like this, it makes your life a lot easier. Like if you try to chase it, like you see it popped out of the cloud like right here just barely, but it had already run up a large amount, so it was already going up, so it didn't really matter too much. But when we finally broke out of the cloud right here, out of a bearish market, that's when you saw stuff to really started to go boom, boom, boom. We can have another bearish market here, but as soon as we start breaking above the cloud, I'd feel much more bullish about Bitcoin here. But we haven't been underneath this cloud for a while here. I mean, last time was all the way back in May. We had a little bit of dips right there. We soared back up, but this is definitely more of a drastic dip than this one right here. But yeah, so I'm waiting to see what happens. We're going to have some resistance up here, about 53,000 or so. So if we did have a shoulder, it could definitely try to come back up here. But what I'm looking at is like, I want to see how this plays out a little bit more before I start making some larger trades at the moment. Or just larger trades in general. All right, let's go back over here to that one. Oh, I can take it off, I guess, right here. There we go. And why is this one like this? I don't need all these moving averages here. Don't need all these support levels. Oh, well, I know what this was. Okay, I know what this was for. Okay. There we are. Okay. Hey, Peaceful Star. Hey, Probin. Let's see. Hey, Ray, if you had $1,000 to invest long-term 3+ years into any coins, which would you personally choose? By the way, I know it's not financial advice, just want an honest opinion. I'd find a way to put it into Ethereum first of all, maybe like half of it, or because that's like a safe spot for your money. Ethereum, and then I would also try to find a way to stake it or get some interest off of it. For the rest of the money, I'd probably put the next 50% into 3 coins that are a little undervalued right now, but it's on the main page. Find something that's hot. Look for a couple metaverse coins. Sand is pretty reliable. Man is pretty reliable. You might look for something that has a little bit smaller market cap, like UFO coin or something like that. And then for that last 50%, I would actually put that into something a little bit more risky, high risk area, where you would try to buy some low market cap coins somewhere under $50 million. You might have to swap for it if you're lucky and may be able to find an exchange that has some of these lower market cap coins on it. I know BitGet does. Actually, let me see what exact coins are there, because I know they have some metaverse coins there, but I wonder if they have anything else. I'm going to spot. Oh, I'm not even logged in. I guess that's fine for now. If you can find some low market cap exchange coins, I think those will be good for long-term holds as well. Though one of the reasons I've been buying up BGB here is because BitGet is getting more and more popular. They're getting more and more people there basically every day. And their coin is sitting at like $33 million market cap, I think, right now. And so over time, I think this is going to turn into something more like BNB or KuCoin, where it's going to get up to like a higher level. So if I go over here to coinmarketcap.com, let's not look at BNB, because BNB is a kind of a crazy example to look at there. But let's just say, KuCoin token. That has a market cap of like 1.6 billion. That's pretty nice. Now, of course, if you go over here to Trading View and whatnot, you'll see, back in the day, it was market cap of like 56 million, or way down here, it was like 60 million. Well, if I'm buying BGB at, 33 million, and I think it'll be good enough one day where I can get a lot of, get a lot of money there. Maybe I don't have a price target of $1 billion market cap, but even if it just gets to 500 million or 750 million, I'd be pretty excited about that one. And you can obviously see it took some time to get there, but I mean, it did just kind of go crazy during 2017. So you really never know. But if you can find a couple of exchange coins out there, I think those are going to be the good plays. Just the hard thing is you want to be able to test out the exchange to make sure that you think it's going to survive the long-term, the long-term plan there. But sometimes, if you don't belong to that country, sometimes it's actually hard to use the coin. I think, what's the other? I think it's Bitcoin. Is that for Bytebit? I'm not entirely sure. Hold on. No, hold on. Let me see if I can find it here for you guys. Bytebit. Probably misspelled that too. No, that's fine. Here, it'll say I'm not. Yeah, my IP address isn't available here, but I should be able to. Do they have their own coin? More rewards hub. Okay, I can't find it. But you want to find these smaller exchanges that are getting more and more popular. Buy some of those coins and load them up, and that'll be a little bit safer than going into the really, really tiny market cap coins like I've been going into, simply because, well, you don't have to pay those crazy gas fees that I pay for. I hate paying those gas fees, but it's a reality of trading those types of coins, to be frank. But yeah, if you go over here to the metaverse coins, and we just look at one of them, like Starl is popping off right now. If we go over here to CoinMarketCap, Starl, there you go. Market cap of 512 million. It's kind of already popped off. If you can wait for this to come down a little bit more, you're going to have a good entry position in there. But that's a little too expensive for me as far as market cap. Let's try UFO, down 8% today, down 8%. So it should die back down a little bit more here, especially if Bitcoin's going to head down to potentially like $45,000. Market cap is like 500. No, that one's too expensive too now. All these things have had crazy run-ups, and now the market cap's not nearly as low as I liked them. OVR I think was a small one. But I could be wrong, because I sold my OVR a while ago. Yeah, there you go, $43 million market cap. OVR right there. That's something you could look at buying. And if it goes long-term hold, I bet it'll get up to $500 billion in the next bull run that we see. There's going to be a lot of money to push in there. People usually will try to move away from the larger caps unless they're doing long-term holds, and they'll do a whole bunch of day trading on these smaller ones right here. And OVR is ranked like 3,000 basically, so it has a long way to go up. A long way to go up. Okay, there we go here. There we go. Hey Travis, hey, no worries about my question last night. My tether was locked because I had set it for a limit order and forgot. Okay, I'm glad that was the problem. I'm glad that was the problem because that could have been so much worse, but that sounds a lot better than having your money locked right there. Hey, Justin, hope you're doing well, my man. Hey, Ghost, what's the name of that cloud? Oh, I'm going to mispronounce it. Here, let me find it for you right here. Go back to the date chart. Ichimoku, I think is how you pronounce it. Ichimoku. It's on TradingView. It's free. It's not like somebody didn't make it. It's something that's been used pretty well. You click on it. It has a bunch of moving averages. You can use these ones for support and whatnot. Here, what I'll try to do for you, Ghost very fast, is actually go back to KuCoin. I will hide the moving averages here, the regular ones. I'll hide the volume. And what you see is just kind of this chart right here, where you see the solid red line right here, kind of more of a pinkish red, not like a deep red like this one. And then you see this lighter green one, not as green as this one, not as darker green or bright green, if you will. And normally the way I use it, there's a bunch of different ways to use it. I'll pull up the page here, but let me show you how I use it first before I talk to you, like before I show like the formal mathematical stuff. I don't really care when it breaks down. Most of the time I don't care. Usually it's an okay opportunity to short it. I like this more as when we break above, like after we're out of a downtrend, or once we're in a downtrend, the next time we break out above the cloud, which means not breaking this resistance level here, even though if you buy right here as it breaks above it, you can still make some money off of it. But once we break out of this level right here and this level on the cloud, that's when I usually like to do heavier longs. You can see right here, we got out of a downtrend, bounced above it, held, and you saw how we just kind of rocketed up. Here, coming out of the downtrend, came up, rocketing up. I was more bullish on this one than this one at the time, just because you see how this is red. If it's green and an uptrend and a breakout, much better than if it's just up and then breaking out with the red one. You want to see it happen with the green cloud, but sometimes, it works both ways. But this is more bullish than this, if that makes sense. And then for the most part, you see these other lines right here are usually some type of level of resistance. I don't care for them personally too much. I know people that swear by those lines. I totally get it. I like just focusing on these two lines, though. The more of the lighter green and the lighter red, kind of like, those more transparent colors. And then once you see in the cloud, usually I don't trade one in the cloud. I just kind of wait it out. You can use these as support and resistance levels if you wanted to. But yeah, that's kind of up to you. But yeah, you just go here to the indicators and strategies. You type in Ichi, and go Ichimoku cloud. Pretty darn nice. Now I'll bring it over here. Ichimoku cloud Bitcoin here. There's two ways you can do it. Investopedia is the classic way to look at Ichimoku clouds. The Ichimoku cloud is a collection of technical indicators that show support and resistance levels, as well as momentum and trend direction. It does this by taking multiple averages and plotting them on a chart. It also uses these figures to compute a cloud that attempts to forecast where the price may find support or resistance. So you can see it right here. Right here, broke above it after coming out of the downtrend, buy, boom. Coming out of a downtrend, buy, boom. Comes down, right? It continues to come down here. I'm always a little bit more afraid to short just naturally, so that's why I don't focus on it too much. But it can be used to help you short as well. I'll post the picture or post link right here. This one's fine. I personally like the explanation over here a little bit better from school.stockcharts.com. I don't really use this page too much because you see the charts are kind of not the charts that we look at on a daily basis. Yeah. There you go. And I'll basically just say, resistance, lagging span, baseline, stuff like that. The baseline can be pretty cool and useful. The baseline is going to be, dude, my stomach is like freaking just roaring today. I had coffee and I had real milk in it. That's what it was. A lot of times this baseline can be a good little thing where if we pop above it and we're above this, that's even more bullish technically. But a lot of times, you see we broke above it right here and then we broke it here, so it's bullish. Most of the time, by the time we break out of this in the first place, we're already going to be above that baseline. So I usually don't look at it too much. But yeah, that's another way you can look at it. Break above here, see how it was resistance right there, a little stuff like that. So it has its uses. I just choose not to look at it so much. But yeah, check it out. It's the Ichimoku cloud. I don't really use it too much because it looks like this, and most people don't understand what that looks like. And it's very hard for me to explain this every single day. So you might see me use a little bit more frequently over the next few weeks, but preferably it's going to be something more like, hey, we're crossing back above it, so to speak. And that's when I might go a little bit more heavy on a position, if you will. But again, you see what happens here. If you wait till buy right here for the breakout, that means you didn't buy here, unless you were looking at other technicals, like for instance, we were breaking out right there. So there's different ways to look at it. It's only one indicator, but it has a bunch of stuff in it. But I feel more confident going heavy on positions when they're here. And of course, you can see even though we ended up going up after breaking out, we still took a downtrend here. A few days of going down before it continued to pump up. So just keep that in mind there. All right, let me hide that Ichimoku. Let me go back over here to Binance Bitcoin. What chart am I looking at? Here are the 5, the moving averages. And let's go back to auto here. Okay. Hey Ghost, I'm happy she's in Washington. It wasn't raining too much here. It was actually a little sunny today. It was kind of nice. Oh yeah, Ichimoku cloud. Oh, no worries, right? Hey Gus, odds of Doge coming back down to 12 cents or a 16 to 18 cents consolidation from here? Right now, if Bitcoin takes another dip, I can see Doge probably coming back down to like 14, 15 cents range, I think. From there, it'll be interesting to see what happens afterwards. But if Bitcoin does come back down to that like $45,000 level, I can see Dogecoin coming back down to maybe 14, 15 cent levels. Hey, crypto, right now Matic looks fine. I'm waiting to see if Bitcoin takes a dip over the next day, or this day candle, if Matic will come back down here. Hey, Justin, can we look at Ethereum Classic looking for another huge buying point? If you're looking for a good buying point, it's going to be a little bit less than where it is now. So at the moment, you're seeing it's actually breaking these lows from a while ago. What, $32.52? I think if this one continues on this kind of crazier downtrend than the other ones, you might be able to buy it closer to $27. That's the buying zone that I would look for. Let me see if I can draw this out. Kind of around here, anywhere from $32 to like $23, $25. I think that'd be an appropriate buying zone down here. I think if I actually turn the algorithm on, you might see something similar to it, but I don't. Let me see. Let's see if it'll pop it up for us. Inputs, and I want supply and demand zones. No, it says next buying zones down here, but I believe there's a buying zone right here at $28. And and we're actually already below the buying zone right here. So I think this is a little bit off. Probably because it was just falling Bitcoin. Yeah. But I think the buying zone is going to be somewhere around here about $28 or so. There we are. So if you can get it around $27, $28, maybe even around $30, you should be fine, especially if you're looking for a longer term play. But you might see it come back down a little bit more, and then you're going to get some profits later on with it. Hey, Ray. Ethereum Classic, mostly for market cap reasons. So you would expect it to have more upside than Ethereum. But Ethereum is just going to be much more stable, probably less returns, but you're going to be more confident holding it, if that makes sense. Would you say that Celsius is trustworthy? I haven't really used them before, so I really don't know. For interest, I usually go with Voyager because they have some pretty nice interest rates, especially on the USDC coin. I would go to their app, look at the reviews, and see what they say. Usually, you can find out some pretty decent stuff just by seeing what people say, because Apple won't take them down necessarily. But I personally, I don't know, so I can't give you like a pretty honest opinion about it because I really have no idea how people have liked it overall. Hey, Joni, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, I think my sister just got here. I picked up my mom from Dallas saying bought her some Korean food, so she's chilling downstairs. And my sister had her concert today. That's what it was. She had a musical concert today. There we go. Hey, first, does news outweigh technical forecast? What's a good ratio? Yeah, I would say news outweighs forecast. It's only because Bitcoin can be so manipulated. Bitcoin is very easy to manipulate. Sorry, guys, I have trouble with my M's and R's. Bitcoin can be manipulated very easily by whales, and if they have an excuse to use their power at a crucial point, they'll take advantage of it, and the buyers will be too scared because of that news to really try to fight back, if that makes sense. Usually when there's bad news and we're at a good spot, you will see whales try to short us down, and you'll see the bullish whales kind of just back off and say, hey, there's no reason to fight this. We're going down. We can't fight all this, this FUD, technically, FUD. And so I think news can be very powerful, especially with this downtrend that we saw a while ago. This Omicron variant really messed everything up. One of the reasons that we dropped down so hard and so fast over the past few weeks, or specifically on these 2 days here, especially as we broke down, it was because we had so many whales out there over leveraged. All the whales were hoping that we were going to break out right here, right there on the trend line, because everything was looking good. Everything was looking good, and we were bouncing, and we were on support. We were going to break back out here. Excuse me. And then the Omicron variant came in. The Omicron variant, we saw what happened to the stock market. It caused that to freaking go crazy and panic. Same thing happened with Bitcoin. And once you saw it start coming down here, the whales didn't even want to put up a fight. Some whales were buying some longer term positions, you could say, but the whales were really not trying to fight to hold on to these levels. Because normally when we break down, you see it fight a little bit here, just a little bit. You just want to see it fight. But by the time this thing broke down, something like that right here, I mean, it was just hard and fast, and there was nothing the whales could do about it, even if they were pretty bullish on it. But all that extra leverage, all of it was, they were forced out of the market, which means they were forced to sell all of their shares at once. And so just imagine a bunch of whales having to sell their shares with leverage really fast at one point in time. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you guys remember seeing the second chart on that one, the second chart was just going down, 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 up a little teeny bit, down, 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 down. So news has a big effect on the markets, especially crypto. It'll scare off buyers or scale off the shorts. It works in both ways, but it's a large part in this market. The less news there is, the more you can focus on the technicals. When do you think personally? When you personally think Ethereum might pump? Ethereum. It's all dependent on Bitcoin. It's not going to pump off. I mean, it may have its own little pump off, kind of, but it's really going to take Bitcoin to go back into a bullish market. That's when you're going to see Ethereum Classic really start to pump up here. If you're looking for something something more of a breakout, just to have maybe something of a short-term trade, you're going to be waiting for this breakout right here. And at the moment, since it already did break down, this is the trend line you're looking at right here for this downtrend. This is the area right here. Right now, this is not really a good buying zone. If it breaks out, you might have something good there. maybe as Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's able to try and do a shoulder here over the next few days and have like another big shoulder like that, maybe we may see Ethereum Classic come back up to like $55 or so. But until that happens, I would say Ethereum Classic Salt's pretty bearish going forward. There we are. Let's see. Hey, first name. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch the finance. I didn't watch the Senate hearing. I only watched the House hearing. Let's see. Hey, Mike, thoughts on the base daily mining? Apparently, we pay people to mine Bitcoin for us. It sounds okay in theory. I would prefer just to buy the Bitcoin and hold it. Honestly, mining is kind of expensive, and I really don't want to open myself up to that because I just don't know too much about it. If you can find some good reviews out there by people that have done it before, not like on their main website, but just kind of like go to Reddit and see what people have said about it, read some of the comments below those posts, and see what people's real experiences are. It sounds okay. I'd rather just buy Bitcoin with interest and just, with some leverage and just hold on to it. But it sounds okay, but I guess I'd rather not mine Bitcoin. I'd rather mine Ethereum or something like that. Hey Prince, we were watching that crash live. Yeah, it was a crazy crash. Hey, first name. Yeah, it was really large because of leverage. That was one of the main points there. Plus, you added on a whole bunch of shorts hopping into the market, and everybody, you guys might have heard me say this quote. You guys did hear me say this quite a few times. If we broke down below that trend line here for Bitcoin, let me move this right here. This is going to be your stop loss. That's where you want to have your stop loss. A lot of people also had stop losses there in case it came down. They were just going to hop out and wait for another opportunity to buy back in. Because you saw at these key levels here, there was a lot of buying in this zone because people thought we were going to bounce. I thought we were going to bounce. And so when that stop loss hit, everybody's stop loss just triggered at the same exact time, as well with the shorts being those whales that were long with their leverage positions getting liquidated. It just a whole bunch of bad stuff at once. Let's see. Huge wicks, no, they're not caused by leverage. Huge wicks aren't necessarily caused by leverage. There's usually a bunch of different factors there. Hey, Lagrasso, could you look at Chainlink supports? Yeah, let me see if I can find out link here. I guess Coinbase will be fine here. As far as support on this one, yeah, okay. Let me get out the magnet. First one's going to be down here at $16.67. The more important one is going to be somewhere down here at $13.52. We have a double top. It broke down below the neck. Managed to hold support, and this was here. Okay, and their resistance there, so that's kind of nice. I'd say that $16.67 one is a pretty large one. Yeah, I'd say that $16.67 one is going to be the major level of resistance. You might find another one here in the short term. You can see it's kind of hovering there at the moment. See, just fighting it, trying to bounce off of it. But I'd be more convinced that we're going to break down below this one and try to come down a little bit more. But that's what I'm looking at right now, especially as we're going to see a death cross here in the next few weeks or next few days, and we're already seeing the 20 cross down below the 200 here. So I would say pay more attention to the that $16 one, and then if you really want to look for the ultimate support where you might have a good opportunity to buy somewhere down here at $13.58. Dog's having a dream. Let's see. Hey, Snow Globetrot. How's it going, Michael? Still recovering from the last Friday here. Do you think tomorrow will hold more of the same, or we should get Friday? We will get Friday off after 4 successive down weeks in a row. right now, what I'm waiting for is if you're talking about weeks. If you go over to the weekly chart here, you'll see we're actually getting squeezed between the 20 and the 50 moving averages. Try to ignore these lines here. I know. I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on here. But you see the 50 week moving average and the 20. We're kind of getting squeezed right in here. And most of the time, I think we may finish off this week a little bit more red. Going into next week is when we should start seeing some green stuff going in here. Because it is rare to have this many red candles in a row. I mean, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. When's the last time we had 4 red candles going down? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we started a little bit of a mini reversal there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I mean, some of those were just going sideways. So it's rare that we see that many down weeks. So yeah, I would assume this week right here is that we're going to try to come down a little bit more, break down below the 50. And then next week, we're going to try to have a good soaring motion. Maybe next week we'll end up like right back where we are currently now. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm looking at right now. I do think next week will be green, but this week we should come down a little bit more. I'm hoping I'm wrong on that one though, because just normally whenever we cross over a moving average, it's usually a much larger candle unless we can kind of go sideways through it. And by sideways, I mean we tap on the candle, but the way we tap on the moving average, but the way the moving average is going, all it takes is the next day candle just appearing to already be above it. Yeah, like here. You see how we stopped, but the new day candle or the new weekly candle just moved straight across from it, and because it was coming down here, it just made it like we broke out just like that. But most of the time when we cross down below them, they're very large candles. Larger candles. Not too bad. More of a sideways one here, honestly. This one wasn't too bad here. This was a smaller candle. But most of the time you see these larger candles, larger activity coming into the market here. Sideways, larger candle, larger candle, larger candle. Yeah, so most of the time we see these larger candles kind of popping in here. And we're only in the, this is a very small candle right now. It's either going to have to go up a lot or down a lot. Or we may just go sideways and fall down another leg down to 45K for another red week. I'm hoping we don't have that, but that's also a possibility since we haven't really taken a big plunge, haven't taken a big drop yet, or big pump. Either way. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it might not even be a scam, but it just seems like if you want to mine Bitcoin, mine it yourself. Don't rely on somebody else to do it for you. Otherwise, if you want to do something like that, just buy one of those stocks for a mining company, and then from there, as they make more money, they're going to help you, the shareholder, out because that's their number one job as a corporation. Hey, Travis, Mike, if you know what the API function on Exchange does, can you please explain it? Does it automate your trades? Yeah, if you're doing bot trading and stuff like that, yeah, it can automate your trades. Most of the time when you do that, though, it usually takes like a third-party program to like hook up to whatever exchange you're looking at, unless the API or the whatever exchange you're trying to use has it built in. Like there are exchanges out there, I think like KuCoin might be one of them. They have like bot trading available, and there's other ones like BitGate where there's like you're copying human traders. But most of the time when it comes to API, at least from my experience, it involves bot trading. So, but most of the time, like it should be built into the exchange unless it's like a third-party software. Third-party software usually can like hook onto something else, like it may be something like a trading view or something like that, and it can trade for you, or it can just give you the signals for it. Hey Gus, if I had 10K to invest short term, would I throw it into Bitcoin or Doge? You said short term? I mean, I would hold it. Honestly, I would hold it. Probably, yeah, neither of them. I don't really like either of them at the moment here. If you were to put one in there, I'd probably say Bitcoin. But personally, I wouldn't be buying any of them right now. I'd just be holding or just holding my cash, in my wallets. Hey Matt, Market Cipher helped me with a lot of short-term trend reversals. Yeah, I've seen them before. They use the Ichimoku cloud. A lot of the same indicators they use are the same ones there. Yeah, no worries, Travis. Let's see. What do you think about Hex? Let me take a quick peek at it over here. I won't look at it there. Hex. It's up 8%. 7-day, which is looking like a little bit of a rally. Okay, that's fine. Broke down below support. It could be worth a little bit of a day trade or maybe a short-term swing trade for maybe a couple days or so. But overall, this is still coming down and this is still in the downtrend. So I wouldn't be playing it too much with it. That's the first downtrend. Second downtrend, like right here. If you can hold on to this if it's able to break out tomorrow or so, you can look there. This is still in a downtrend though, so I'd really say you want to wait for the breakout before buying in there. That's going to be more of a bullish price action move. And just make sure there's not too many moving averages above like the 200, the 50, and so forth. That may cause it to continually come down a little bit more. It's at a crucial point. If it's able to close above that trend line there, you could see some good profits over the next few days. If not, it's going to continue coming down, probably back down to maybe 13, 12 cents. Let's see right here. In ADA, ADA is not looking so hot, guys. We talked about it a while. There's a lot of a cloud above it. Support for the moment is somewhere down here at about like $1.18 support. The larger support is down here at $1. So if you guys wanted to buy ADA, I'd wait for it to come back down to that $1 range. You're going to have a decent opportunity there and a good level of support. And you might see something more like a almost like a double bottom form, something like that, where we can start surging back up. But if you wanted to buy ADA, I'd buy around $1 and not around $1.30 right now. Here we go. Hey, no worries, Alex. Hey, Heaton, have you heard Singapore removed BitGet's license? Have you? I haven't heard that just yet. I think they're still doing fine in America, but I haven't heard that Singapore pulled their license. I'll ask the guy about it later on tonight, but I haven't had any issues with it so far. Let's see. Hey, Ali Riza. No worries, my man. You sold mine waiting for it to go back down? There's nothing wrong with that one. There's a lot of people that sold off Bitcoin. They're waiting for it to buy it back down like $45,000, $44,000 range. That's what I mean. If you're looking at the weekly chart right now and you're going off the Fibonacci's from this larger breakout, why is that pivot point here? Hold on. Way down here when this breakout, when this move really started, up to the highs right here. Let's just put this at 69,000. You can see how we've held some key levels here. Next level we want to hold on to is right around here at $44,000, $45,000. And I think over the next few days we should have a drop to come back down here. And then from there we have a chance of starting to rally back up here. And what I'm hoping for is now that we have this new trend line here, I'm really, forget this trend line right here. This really isn't that important. It's more of a short-term play. If we can manage to hold on to this trend line, then we can start, we can start looking a little bit more better, a little bit more healthier. The weekly chart looks a lot nicer than the daily chart. The weekly chart has a more distinct head and shoulders here, if you ask me. But yeah. But the weekly had the double top. I just want to break out of that pattern. Right now, we're in like two bearish patterns. The first one, double top, top, top. Neck is down here. If we break down below the neck, we're going all the way back down to like who knows how low. Probably down to like $17,000, $18,000 if you could. Like that'd be something really crazy, obviously. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's what would happen if this this double top formation was to complete itself. On the other hand, we're also stuck in a head and shoulders, both using the same neck level here, or not the same neck level, but a similar level, where the bottom of the shoulders here, this is the neckline is going to be more closer to $40,000 here. Hold. We might have a short-term pump as we try to get back up here to 53,000. That's what I would see the shoulder coming back up to, curling back down, testing out this support level like this. Hold on. Testing out, boom. We're going to have a crucial point right here. We're either going to come back down, test out the neck, do something over here, whether it's going up or going down, or we're just going to manage to hold on because enough buyers are in. Hopefully some good news about crypto, something there. And then we can start chugging back up here for almost a very ugly double bottom. It's not even going to be a double bottom at that point. It's just going to be a continuation on the trend line. But that's what you'd be hoping for there. This is the ideal situation. I don't see a scenario where we go from here like that. I see a scenario where we test it out. We try to get into this head and shoulders formation. From there, we have an opportunity to hold. We really don't have any power if we hold. It's going to be up to the whales and seeing if they have enough capital and buying power to push us up. But I bet there's a lot of whales right now waiting for this pump here and then to do a little bit of day trading right there. Once that happens, we're going to see if what happens right here, whether we break out or continue going down. If we go down, we break down below this level, that's going to be another short opportunity for you guys, on which is another way for you guys to make money. If you guys want to get, if you guys don't know how to short yet, I would say try BitGet. I have the link down below. As I just told you guys probably a few times now, more than a few times. But you don't have to put any money in there right now. That's not the main point. If you do, they pay you a bunch of money to do it. But you can practice paper trading and practice shorting. And that'll help you guys out a lot going forward. Help you guys out a lot. All right, let me get rid of all these little white lines now. But I could definitely see this Fibonacci level up here at about 53,600. That being our heavy resistance level that we need to be able to fight above. Actually, let me see if this times up to, matches up to anything on the daily chart. So if I add this Fib retracement here, does it line up with anything? It does line up with it. Oh wait, no, it's the same freaking Fibonacci line. I'm dumb. A little bit off, but not much because it's going off a day. So I guess I would have to. No. This Fibonacci level is way over here. No. Yeah, okay. This matches up pretty darn well. Let me try one more here on this next breakout. This one's not nearly as good. But you see there is a consolidation of about 3 up here around $54,000. So I would say that's going to be our heaviest level of resistance that we're going to have to fight above. And if I can just put this Ichimoku cloud up here, I just want to see. As the moving averages come down here as well. You can break it with the cloud over here. By then it'll be down this low. So it looks a little bearish, but if we can manage to break above this cloud during that time, I think Bitcoin has a really good shot of having a pretty decent move back up towards $60,000 or so if we're able to break above this level. So I think that'll be a really good move. But for now, think of it almost as a pennant, like here, resistance, trend line. However we have to, let's break out of that one. That's what I'm looking at right now. There we go. Let me take off some of these Fibonacci levels. They're a little all over the place. This one will do fine now. There we go. And here's the other one. And I'll take off the Ichimoku cloud for now too. Most people don't like I don't like the way the Ichimoku cloud looks, but it's useful. Short term we should be fine though. Anything else I can see here? There we go. That's what we're looking at the moment. And Well, it wants to move up a little bit here, but I wouldn't take a chance on it right now. It's still a little too risky. Keep the neck. Exactly. Hey, Rodriguez. Hope you're having a good day, my man. Bitcoin green on the 5 minute, 15, 30 minute, 1 minute, hour, and 4. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay for a short-term bounce here. It's starting to place a little bit of a reversal. It'll probably end up falling back down as it approaches this trend line over here. If it breaks this one, you could have a short-term long opportunity here. Or you could try to do a long here. I mean, where was the support? The support was here. Not really there too much. So there's an opportunity there. Personally, I wouldn't buy right now. I mean, you could. Normally when I'm buying something like this, I'm waiting for something a little bit more bullish. But it does have an opportunity to go back up towards maybe $49,000 over the next few hours or so. But you guys know I'm overly cautious, so even if I don't want to buy, it doesn't mean it's not a good opportunity for you guys to buy. See, hey Globetrot, exactly. Yeah, it is pretty dicey. It can go either way at the moment. And usually when you think of those types of moves, you usually follow the trend. And right now the trend is down. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of holding on to my cash and waiting. I usually have to have unless I'm doing a YOLO play, I have to have a certain level of confidence about the coin before I decide to really want to buy in and put my money on the line there. Hey, Taco Man, I appreciate my man a lot. Hey, Justin, what's the floor on Doge? Right now, it seems to be around like 16 cents. If it falls down below that one, I could see it coming back down to potentially like 13, 14 cents. If Bitcoin takes a crash and we start breaking down heavily again, Dogecoin, I mean, like go all the way back down to 10 cents, something like that. I would say, remember what I told you guys a few weeks ago, or even now, you guys don't have to buy more Dogecoin. You guys can just like hold off and let it, like whenever it pops in the future, just wait for it. But you don't have to keep on doubling down into it. There's better plays out there right now while Dogecoin is still kind of just doing its thing and waiting for a big breakout. Think of SHIB before it broke out again, you know. Just be patient with it. One day it'll just have a whole bunch of volume, and then we can kind of, hold on for the ride. But for now, nothing is pretty bullish about Dogecoin, just like most of these other crypto coins. We're seeing a lot of bearish crossovers and breakdowns. So it's better just to kind of hold your ammunition and wait for an opportunity where things start to turn a little bit more bullish, especially Bitcoin. Hey, Max Power, dude. Hope you're doing well as well. Hey, Fister. Yeah, the inflation report can wreck us tomorrow. I'm waiting to see what happens here, especially since, remember, we just talked about the weekly chart here. Pretty soon, we're going to make a strong move up or down, or hopefully, I mean, we can go sideways, but usually we don't just go sideways like that in weekly charts. That CPR can really drag us down back here to that $44,000-$45,000 level. And I'm hoping from here, that's when we can start slowing down, maybe have a come back up to maybe $47,000 next week. And then from there, maybe the week after that, or maybe just by the end of next week, we can really start this rebound at tempo. We start to move up a little bit higher. Because, I mean, we haven't had the 20 moving average cross down below the 50 in a while. And the last time that happened, look at that. Crossover, boom, boom, boom. Cross above, it continued on the trend, but it didn't matter too much. Broke above this one, looking okay, but we really don't want to see this 20 cross down below the 50. That would lead to a drop that where we go somewhere back down here to 30,000 or so, and that would lead to a lot of chaos. A lot of chaos. A lot of money if you guys were shorting it, though. Yes, and the altcoin season is starting or getting ready to. Not at the moment here. Not at the moment. Maybe in the next month or so. Bitcoin needs to, get to some all-time highs, and it has to be able to. How do I say this? Just it has to gain some dominance. It has to gain some dominance first. Right now, if you go up here to dominance, Bitcoin's dominance is 40%. Nothing at all. Let's scroll down here. Look at that Bitcoin dominance drop, and you're seeing Ethereum gain a little bit of dominance against it, but you're not seeing anything really crazy hopping on here. The only thing I can imagine being somewhat related to like an altcoin season was this metaverse thing that we saw the past few weeks, where we all kind of just popped some money in there and it was just going berserk. Market cap, metaverse. And you'll see over the last 30, I mean, most of the gains here are already gone, but Sand's still up 100% over the last 30 days. What else is up here? NCR is up 1,200%. DDL is up 500. RMRK is up 234. So there was a lot of crazy pumps over here for most of these metaverse coins. That might have been the closest thing to altcoin season we're going to see for like the next month or so. We'll wait to see if Bitcoin gets back on track. But right now, before I start buying any large positions, I'm going to be waiting to see how we recover out of this this downtrend here, and if we're going to be able to break above the Ichimoku cloud over here. Now, this is the Ichimoku for the weekly chart here, and you can see we haven't actually broken down below it or even gone into the cloud since. Gosh, how long ago has this been? May 25th of 2020. So definitely a long time. If you guys are looking for a solid support off of the Ichimoku line, you can be buying somewhere down here at $44,000-$45,000. Happens to be where the Fibonacci level is. Also happens to be where a good level of support is just in general. So, you know, from over here as well. So I would say look at it pretty carefully. It's still green right now. Of course, you know, it may look a little bit bearish short term, but we are still on a very good uptrend here. Still a very, very good uptrend. If we fall down below this, oh my gosh, there's going to be a shorting frenzy in Bitcoin. I don't know where the price may go, but it'll go at least to $30,000 or so. The good thing is we can always break down below this and then come back down here to 36,000 or so, and then bounce and then end up coming back up. But we don't want to break down below this kind of a, I don't know what color you want to call this, pinkish or light red, kind of more, you know, more see-through red right here. I just call it pink here. We don't want to break down below this line. If we broke down below that one, ooh, I mean, I don't know, when's the last time we broke down below it? Right here. And you saw the following week. This is a special case though, aka COVID. So this time we broke down below it. Didn't really have much of an effect though. That was kind of nice. Broke above, had a little bit of a spike. Anything else here? No, I need a longer chart, but that's fine, I guess. So we don't want to fall below this cloud right here. But for now, 45,000, 44,000, that's a pretty nice level of support in the short term. If you guys are looking to buy, I would say try to buy under 45,000, or if you want to make sure you get some a position in there, buy under 45,500. There you go. Oh, this is the 5. It doesn't really work on the shorter time frame charts. There you go. Hi, Tyrell. If you want to buy Bitcoin right now, it's better for a long position here. Otherwise, you're going to be just doing some day trading as you try to wait for a short-term pop, maybe back up here to like $49,500. It could be a short-term play. Right now, I'm not really buying anything. I'm just kind of holding my money close to me, and I'm just waiting for us to break out of this downtrend. Hoping it comes sooner rather than later, but for now, that's fine. If we can break out of this downtrend right here, life is going to get so much easier for us at that point. Hey, Ethan, I can see Doge breaking out in the next 2 to 3 months. Bitcoin will have to get its act together, though, in order for that to happen. What I'm still happy about for Dogecoin here, we can still have a golden cross in just a few, a couple weeks or so. Don't worry about this breakout. This isn't accurate. Oh, I tried to break out, it just failed because of everything else going on here. Let me exit this. When the 50 crosses above the 200, that's going to be a really good time. I think what will happen here for Dogecoin is don't go too serious on this because it's going to be a lot different. But this is the general idea of what I think will happen with Dogecoin. You'll see these moving averages come like this, probably come more like this, and then you'll start to see that turn. Then from here, you start to see it turn like that. And then eventually you'll start to see it something like that. And then what we'll be looking for is the price to slowly start curling up and then move like that. Now this price, it may go something like this. It may go something like this. You get my idea. It's not just going to curl up like a perfect little cup and handle. It's not going to do that. Well, it could, but I don't see that happening. It'll do some price action movement. When that 20 starts crossing above the 50, that's when I would start buying. If you wanted to go into a heavier position on Dogecoin, then I would wait for the 50 to cross above the 200. But overall, I'm waiting for that to happen right now. We had a good opportunity to cause it a golden cross here, but Bitcoin kind of ruined the mood with that with that bad flash crash that we saw a few days ago now. So I'm just waiting for that to play out. This would suggest that it kind of plays out sometime towards the end of the month or possibly January. I'm hoping that is the case. Again, we just have to make sure that Bitcoin isn't looking too scary, or Bitcoin's not also breaking down out of these head and shoulders or these double tops and breaking below the neck and stuff like that. Otherwise, you'll see Dogecoin along with many other altcoins dropping another like 20 to 50% from where they are now. And that'd be like a devastating blow to crypto in general. Crypto would survive, would all make money if you hold long enough. That's still fine. But most of you guys would be looking to buy short positions at that point. And there's a lot of apps out there that don't allow you to buy shorts. So while everybody else is making money, then you might find, that you're kind of just sitting on the sidelines. In which case, you would probably want to spend more time learning how to trade options and stuff like that, unless you can find a broker in the crypto realm that can teach you, that allows you to have open short positions, preferably with leverage. But you don't have to trade with leverage, especially if you're new to it. It can be very, very risky. Especially if you haven't traded with leverage before, it can be a real emotional roller coaster ride, because you just get so excited, so scared, so excited, so scared at the same time. Let's see. Hey D's, yeah, let's not hope for another Bloody Friday. Exactly. Let's see. Hey David, yeah, 30K is the neck for this double top here we're looking at as far as Bitcoin's concerned. There you go. Now let me just delete this. Double top, the neck right here, right there at 28,658. It's not the exact number, but somewhere around there. That's where we can see a major level of support. If we manage to get back down there, I would probably buy a bunch of, or I would buy a bunch of crypto. Again, having somewhat of a tighter stop loss in case we broke down below the neck. But I mean, even then, then we're getting close to the 200 weekly moving average at that point. And I think we would be fine in that case. So fine in case I would actually probably put a limit order down here in case we had a flash crash where there was just a long wick coming in and then all the buying power came back up. But of course that would happen somewhere around here where the 200 weekly moving average has more time to kind of creep up. That'd be much more like in March, it looks like, or something like that. Maybe even over here in April. But this is still much higher, very, very high compared to where this price is. So it should start accelerating a little bit more closer to the end of this month or the beginning of January. So this is a major, major, major level of support. Where this is also a good level of support down here at about $40,000 or so. So overall, a lot of bad stuff has to happen first. But at the moment, we're in between the 20 and the 50 on the weekly chart. One way or the other, we're going to have a pretty large move, a volatile move in the next couple days. I'm guessing we're going to come down a little bit more before trying to curl back up here. That volatile move may be something more of just, like 10% down for Bitcoin or something like that. And then we start churning back up slowly. If we can get back down here to like 45,000, 45,500, I would start buying some nibbles at these levels for a potential bounce for another shoulder or maybe for something better down the road. Hey, Nick. Yeah, it's nice to buy some Bitcoin every day. If you do buy Bitcoin every day and it sounds like you're going to hold on to it for a while, try to find an exchange that gives you some interest on it. Voyager does it. Coinbase does it. There's some other platforms out there that do it as well. And if you're able to get interest on top of that, it's going to make your life a lot easier because you're just going to be making money, every single month. It's much better than just holding Bitcoin itself. Earning interest is key, especially for your longer term positions. It helps you out so much, and you can reinvest that interest straight back into Bitcoin, which will compound itself over time. And at 25 days a day, solid idea. I think it's a pretty solid idea. You can either buy $25 a day or whatever that equals to per paycheck. Per paycheck. One of my friends does the paycheck method. See, I'd be super surprised if we do anything but wick below 40. It's Bitcoin though, so exactly. Yeah, you're right to say wick below. I don't think we would actually close down below that one because that would just mess up a whole bunch of different patterns that we're looking at right now. Like every single pattern would just maybe except for the weekly double top pattern, but we have to come up eventually. We rarely have like 5 or 6 straight weeks of going down. It's so rare that we have that. I think this week will be our last week of going down for like a few weeks here. And then over the next maybe 1 to 2 weeks, we have a little bit of a rebound. And then from there, we start testing out those Fibonacci levels and seeing if we have what it takes to really break that head and shoulders pattern going forward. And at the same time, if we break out of that head and shoulders pattern, we're also going to have a chance to break out of that double top. And then we're just going to be going on and trying something else from there, which is just, it's going to, whales will feel so much happy about buying in at that point when we're not in these bearish patterns. ADA, yeah, hey JJ, it's not looking so hot. I mean, ADA broke down. There's nothing really bullish about it at the moment. If you're looking for a buying opportunity here, I'd say somewhere around $1, and that's like 30% down from where it's now. It just had a death cross here today. That's a pretty bearish indicator. The 50 crossed down below the 200, and you saw a few days ago also the 20 crossed down below the 200 as well, which is also a pretty bad indicator. And you saw what happened here. We continued to go down. Right here, I'd expect us to continue going down, coming forward. Your next major level of support is going to be down here, though, at about $1, $1 and like 1.005ish, so pretty close to $1 here. If you're looking to buy, that's going to be opportunity, and hopefully from there you can try to get a little bit of a breakout or something going for you. Anything good in there? You might try to do a pitchfork after this is over, and maybe it comes down here. But I mean, this would just be the craziest pitchfork imaginable. Something like that. Maybe it only comes down to, or maybe this is the bottom. I think we're gonna come down a little bit more, but that pitchfork would just be a freaking wild ride there. Would be very nice to see though. Hey, Brennan, I always tell newbies that ask about crypto and say you could be rich in 5 or 4 years. Most people think they'll be rich overnight. Nope, yeah. The way you get rich in crypto overnight, it's not even an overnight thing, basically. It's like crypto made you wealthy, then it made you rich overnight. And that requires you going on some of those lower market cap coins where you get into those coins very, very early, very, very high risk. And then, hey, boy, waking up. And then those coins have to go parabolic. I'm starting my series here pretty soon. Maybe I'll start it tomorrow or next week. I don't know. It depends on how healthy my mom is here. I had to buy her a whole bunch of stuff so she can switch up her diet. She needs to eat more phosphorus. No, she has low phosphorus, which means the doctor said she's not eating as much as she should, because normally she has high phosphorus because she eats phosphorus when she's not supposed to eat phosphorus. But in terms of that pretty much sums it up, though. That pretty much sums it up. Oh, but in terms of making money in a fast motion, you have to go buy those lower market cap coins, guys. You have to buy those lower market cap coins. And if you guys ever want to find them, you just have to go to coinmarketcap.com, and you have to kind of go, hey, boy. You have to go scroll down enough where you're getting into the small market caps. So, $1 million market cap. SHIB has $1.2 million market cap. It's down like 53% though. So So you have to be able to buy stuff that's kind of on the move a little bit, or at least if you are, how do I say this? If you're kind of active in the community, you can talk to the people that run the coin, like the developers and the marketing team and stuff like that, and they can tell you what's going on. They can show you proof that they're working on stuff, and then you feel much more confident about it as a long-term project. A lot of these coins, they go flat over time, but if you catch one of them, it can make you very, very wealthy. For instance, here, hold on. I'm gonna buy a few more coins here, probably in January, so I can start a more another series about like just small cap coins and where they're going. I'm gonna use the Zero coin that I bought as kind of an introductory testing out for the videos and whatnot, because I know a lot of you guys have always been asking me, how should I buy these? I want to buy these, stuff like that. But I always tell you be careful because of how high risk it is. But what I told you guys yesterday is like, as long as you guys know these are high risk plays, I don't care about telling you about them. I just don't want you to buy these thinking that no matter, like, you're instantly going to become rich if you just hold them over time, because the chances are you're not going to be. The money I invest in these coins is the money I do not spend at the casino. Like, literally, my casino budget goes to this type of stuff. I'm going to the casino next Friday too, so that'll be fun. Means I'm not going to be buying any coins here. I'll be playing some roulette instead. So I'm in this coin right here called Lelouch Lamperouche. Let's see right here, down like 20% in 24 hours. Let me see if I can go right here. It's called Zero. They're revamping everything. It's a pretty neat project. Let me see. Volume's up quite a bit. Everybody's kind of anticipating a Bitcoin drop here. But if you guys ever want to check out the coins here, and Coinbase really doesn't give you the best charts, there's a website out there called defined.fi. Here we go. Defined.fi, and you can go look at a whole bunch of coins. You can see in the small cap market, or some of these aren't even small cap, you can see how a lot of the coins are kind of down here. A lot of this one's down like 25%, 8%, 5%, stuff like that. And I've typed in the Zero coin that I have, it's down 20%. Get ready for a lot of volatility. It can be pretty darn crazy. And this is the chart of the coin. Trying to make a little bit of higher lows here. Got pumped up over here, dropping. I bought it around here, so I'm kind of breaking even. But the cool thing about defined.fi is it kind of has defined. Let me just go defined. It tells you how much money was sold off. You see this has a market cap of less than 2 million. And like, you saw how just a few $1,000s has moved it. And you saw some selling off today. It's like somebody bought like $45 worth. What a weird thing to buy. $45 means like, and they had to pay the gas fees for that one. Must have really wanted it. $1,000, whatever. Down a little bit here, down some here, up 3,000, whatnot. So there's a lot of opportunities for you guys to see who's buying and whatnot, and you guys could ask each other about the whales and stuff like that. So those are always going to be opportunities for you guys to buy these coins. I'd recommend, if you guys didn't want to buy them, you can always check out some of these top ones up here, or what you guys can do. I mean, some of these are obviously not small market caps though, but what you can do instead is you can start hopping into some of these Telegram groups or Discord groups or YouTube channels, whatever they have, Twitter pages, and start asking them the questions. And if they answer you in a pretty healthy way, then you can buy. And again, very, very high risk. The only reason I bought into this thing is because I like what they're trying to do here. And the guy one of the main developers on this one is a millionaire who's like funding this like crazy. So usually when the rich people try to fund their own coins, they at least make sure they're making a good profit out of it, either in the short term or the long term. Who knows how this one's going to end off. And he also worked on SHIB. So, if I can have just a little taste of what the SHIB coin did by getting in very, very, very early at like $1 million market cap, I'm gonna try my best at it. But again, you don't have to choose this Zero coin. There are tons of other coins out there. I hate when I talk about the coins I'm in because I feel like I'm trying to push it. There's tons of other coins out there. Check them out. You'll find something that you personally like. I would say just before you buy it, do some research. Go into the Telegrams, the Discords. See what you can learn about the coin. See what the vibe is. If you get into the Telegram or the Discord and there's nobody there, or everybody's panicking about something, or if there's a lot of FUD about the coin, don't even bother buying in there. Wait for stuff to settle down, or try to find a coin where the environment is much more friendly, because usually those coins are the ones that do much better over time. Let me make a move right here as well. There we are. Okay. Hey Elmer, not much, man. We're just waiting for Bitcoin to potentially take another big dip here. Not a big dip, another dip. Let's see. Hey Sergeant Franco, Ethereum Classic, just the last few minutes of activity. Yeah, what had just dropped out of my pocket? Oh, dropped a lighter. I don't want my dog to pick that up. Ethereum Classic here. Let's go to the 5. Just like Bitcoin, it's trying to find a little bit of a floor here to bounce back off. Maybe the 15 will be a little bit better. It's trying to find a floor. You see how we're kind of having higher lows here? We're trying to continue this pattern at the moment. You could buy if you wanted to. You know, just use this floor right here as a stop loss. That floor would be about $37.35 or about 2%. So if you guys wanted to buy right now, it'd be an okay opportunity. I'm kind of just waiting a little until Bitcoin looks a little bit more bullish before I do any buying, but as far as day trading is concerned, you could look at doing a day trade here, especially since the 20 and the 50, 20 and the 50 on the 15 are looking pretty close. You could easily see this pop back off and then start having a short-term rally, maybe back up to $38, $39 or so. That's about $1 profit at that point, which is something like 2.5%, maybe back up here to 4% if you want to go like to $40 or something like that. But it would be better to trade with leverage if you're looking to do anything here on the short term. Otherwise, probably better to use this one for now. Breakout opportunity right there. And then from there, you could try to buy if you wanted to feel something a little bit more, or you wanted to buy something a little bit more bullish. Hey Alex, how do you buy some of the smaller cap coins? There are lots of ways to do it. Most of the time you have to swap. So like if I was looking at that 0 coin here, you have to come down here and it'll tell you the exchange you're allowed to buy it off of. It's Uniswap. And then from there you have to go to a wallet. So I have MetaMask wallet. If you have to send them over Ethereum. You have to be able to swap these coins using Ethereum, and they're very, very expensive to swap. So you would only want to buy these coins if you're putting at least like $200 to $300 in them, and then they're going to be long-term holds. And I'd recommend doing at least a couple weeks of research on the coin before you buy it. These are very, very high-risk coins. It's worth taking those 2 weeks to learn more about the coin before buying in. Otherwise, you may buy into something that all it does is go down from the time you buy it, or it may continue running up. Sometimes you get lucky. But for the most part, I'd say, and help out your chances of making money by doing some research on the coin before you buy into it. Hey Quinn, casino budgets, yes, Emerald Queen, have fun. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go to Emerald Queen, either that or the Muckleshoot, but I think Emerald Queen's much closer, and I like the vibe of Emerald Queen. Muckleshoot's just a little bit too far for me right now, or just for the casino type stuff. Hey Jose, I think BAT's fine, but I wouldn't be buying it right now. I'd wait for another leg down on Bitcoin before buying into it. Let's see. Hey Josh, can I check out Matic? I can check it out just for a second for you. Don't mean to drag that. There we go. I'm about 60% scaled out of Matic. I'm probably going to scale a little bit more here in the future. What I'm looking for basically going forward here, Yash, is I'm looking for the 20 to hold. If we start breaking down below the 20 and the 50, I'm going to be out of Matic, like about 90% out of Matic, and I'll let that 10% kind of just sink in there in case something special happens in the future. But for now, it looks like it's in a teeny bit of a downtrend. It can easily get fixed up here pretty soon. But I want to see a bounce off of the 20 to really keep me inside in this Matic trade. If we go over here to the weekly, it's pretty close to tapping on this resistance. It's grinding back up here. If it comes back down to this trend line, I'll probably take another nibble down here, or I want to see if we're going to be able to hold the 20 moving average here on the weekly chart. If that can happen, I'd be really excited about that one, especially as you see on the weekly here. We're breaking out on the weekly. We have a couple more days left. If we can close above this, we have a chance of going to like $3 plus. So that's what I'm really hoping for. But I would probably sell some off and then try to buy a little bit lower if we weren't able to hold here, because then we'd probably come back down here to like $1.70 or so. But for now, if you're looking at Matic, it looks like it's poised to go up. We have 2 days and 20 hours. If we can hold above this for that time, Matic has a good opportunity if really starting to like blast off here. Otherwise, if it doesn't, we're looking to come down here back to like $1.72. So if you buy right now and it doesn't work out, you're risking 23%. If you buy right now and it works out, you're making about 36% or so. But the best time to buy, originally was this breakout I told you guys about a while ago here. Actually, I don't even know if that was the first breakout. I'll give you guys a few alerts on this one. Yeah, no, this was the breakout right here. Yeah, this was the. Yeah, this was one of the breakouts here. So yeah. But for now, it's fine. It's fine. Over the next few days here, remember 2 days, 20 hours. So this plus next one plus another one. We want to hold above this trend line here. And you can see, once I kind of zoom in, how close we really are to this trend line. We are 10 cents away from the trend line at the moment. 10 cents away. So we can easily fall down below this here, especially with kind of an ugly shoulder, head, and potentially another shoulder here. It's not really true. It looks a little bit like it, but this chart's a little whacked out from some of the Bitcoin moves that had an effect on it. But I'm hoping on the weekly chart we can manage to hold. That'd be a huge move for Matic, and Matic can really go parabolic from there. It's on my watch list. I have some. I'm just being patient with it at the moment, though. Mostly because I bought it. I don't have to worry about trying to get into it. Hey, Coffee. I don't really know too much about the price prediction for Bitcoin as far as 2022. I would assume that we're going to try to get up to like $150,000 or so after we kind of had this massive consolidation period. Because what's happening right now, as volatile as everything is, we're basically in this massive consolidation. And whenever we break out of it, kablooey, there we go. It really depends on how open the markets are. If, crypto hasn't been regulated into oblivion, but crypto is like the regulations have actually helped crypto, that type of stuff. India is thinking about doing some more regulation on crypto. China's still doing it, stuff against crypto. If we can manage to just stay open and we're not, the whole world isn't cracking down on it, we can have a really big next year. Heck, we can even have a good December here, but at the moment, we need to be able to break out of this pattern for anything really good to happen. We're in two bearish patterns at once. On the weekly chart, we're in we're both in a head and shoulders and in a double top. On the daily chart, it looks more like a double top, or excuse me, the head and shoulders is what is more prominent when you look at it. But I mean, the double top is still there as well. So we're in two bearish patterns. There's two places where we could break down, and I'm hoping that for that point we don't break down. The first one right here is a head and shoulders. Let me see if I can find a picture for you guys on about head and shoulders. This PC, desktop, YouTube files, not recordings, patterns. I'll pull up on the screen. There you go. You see this neckline right here? Shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline is right here though. The neckline for Bitcoin right now . $39,656. We don't want to break down below that one, but if we have another shoulder, there's a few different ways this can happen. We can come all the way back down here to 45,044, break it above here. There's a Fibonacci level up here as well. Come back down. It won't look exactly like this. You see how the candles do candle stuff. They don't actually just do nice curves like that, but this will be that crucial point, because if we start breaking down from here, that confirmation will, it'll be it'll confirm the bearish trend reversal, and then from here we're going to go down to at least 37,000, maybe even 35,000. You'll see a whole bunch of panic and stuff like that. But if we're able to have somewhat more of a breakout, that'll break that trend, and then we can look at a little bit more bullish. And you can see right here the double top. The neck for the double top is all the way down here at 28,000. Let me move it over to the weekly chart for you guys. And if we broke down below that one, oh boy, then we're looking at, you know, crazy lows, which it doesn't even seem possible that Bitcoin would want to go down below like $28,000 though. It just seems so improbable, but I mean, it's Bitcoin. Anything can happen here. Let me go back to the daily here. And what you would see going forward from Bitcoin is this trend line would therefore move from here, kind of hit that resistance off the shoulder, that peak, and then we'd be looking to break out sometime here, and that we saw another big move, another big bullish move right there. So that's what you'd be looking at. That's just one scenario, of course, but you know, take some time, guys, and play around. If you guys know patterns right now, there's quite a, you guys know I talk about them a lot. I'm going to do some more pattern videos here this week and this weekend, and I have a whole bunch of them right here ready for you guys to learn, to help you guys learn how to use them. You guys should have all these memorized because it helps you understand why, you know, why people have shorts at certain times, why people have long positions, especially these ones like double bottoms and double tops, or triple bottoms if you want to go the triple tops. But the head and shoulders, the cup and handles, and the, where's the other one here? Inverse, yeah, here, inverse head and shoulders and stuff like that. It helps you understand which way Bitcoin wants to go and which way you can track the momentum. And then if you add on different things like what we talked about today, the Ichimoku clouds, you know, we can break above that right there, and the cloud kind of comes down, so it kind of could fit there where that resistance is going to be a little bit of a pain for us. So you kind of have to mix and match these things all together, but it does work out in the end, and it can, you know, drastically help out your chances of making some good money here. So maybe we don't break above the Ichimoku cloud until, you know, maybe February or March of next year. But when we do, I'll tell you guys like, hey, this is where you want to go heavy. Usually when we break above the Ichimoku cloud coming out of a bearish downtrend, that's when you can go heavy. You can see this bearish downtrend here broke out of the Ichimoku cloud. Right? The cloud is just this little foggy area. Boom. You can short it when we come out of it. I tend not to do that too much, mostly because there's a whole bunch of different levels of support that I'm trying to fight against at that point. But you see right here, coming out of a downtrend, it broke above the Ichimoku, popped up, came down a little bit, but overall that trend, even if you bought on the breakout of the, there you go, you could have had a max return of like 32% with leverage, a crazy amount, but most people probably would have sold up here around the 200 for a short swing trade. You could have held longer, of course. Some people, I'm still holding some of the Bitcoin I bought from down here all the way up here, but most people would have probably done a little bit of a short-term day trade for 12% gains in just a few days, like about a week and a half. And then from there, they could have had leverage, which means they could have been making much more money than they than if you were just doing the 1x or just doing normal trading there. So, but I'll let you guys know when this stuff happens. It's just I don't show these clouds and stuff too much because they're kind of a pain to try to explain. There we go. Alrighty. Hey, Monica, I don't expect a similar type of flash crash like that. I don't think the whales are over-levered like they were before. This is that downtrend right here. As far as what I see from Ethereum, I'm looking at Ethereum having a pretty solid support right around here. There you go. Around like 3,900, 3,955-ish. If it breaks down below then I can see it's coming back down here to this buying level around like 3,600 or so. You could try to buy around there. But by then, I mean, we just had a bearish cross over here with a 20 cross down below the 50. I would expect Dogecoin to come down, Ethereum to come down a little bit more here, retest out this level. If it does manage to break down, you know, you have a good opportunity to buy above this 3,300 level. But I would personally wait until Bitcoin finds its course again before buying in here. If you can get Ethereum down below 3,800 or 3,700, then you would probably split up the buys over like, you know, $50 every other day, $100 every other day, whatever your budget is, kind of split it up every other day to kind of help yourself out there. Because the big thing for Ethereum here is we still just want to wait for this to really boom. And unfortunately, in the short term, this is what we're looking at here for Ethereum. This is that trend line that we need to hold. If it starts breaking below this one, you know, it's going to be an ouch time, so to speak, $3,600 or so. And then we'll have to see if we can hold on to this level of support as well. Let me see. Let me check out the Fibonacci line for this one just very fast. Retracement. Yep, tapped right on the Fibonacci level right here. There we go. It's holding on to the Fibonacci level at the moment. So if it does start to break down, you could expect it to probably come back all the way down here to 3,500. Hopefully, it would actually stop here at 3,700 as Bitcoin tries to curl back up from there. But for now, I think it's fine. But if you can get it around anywhere from, if you want to be as greedy as me, under 3,700, there's a chance if you try to wait for that price, it might not come. But that's what I'd be looking for, under $3,700. Otherwise, you could just try to buy here on the trend line and see if it manages to bounce off from there. But I would do a smaller position there and just keep an eye on Bitcoin at the same time, because Bitcoin can definitely cause this thing to come down, as you can see right there. See you, Prince Man. Let's see right here. Hey, Sean, is there a reason, any reason we shouldn't be all cash right now? Well, a lot of people are holding long-term plays and they want the interest off of those. A lot of people have short positions open right now, waiting for us to hit $45,000 or so on the way down. So, I mean, there's lots of reasons why you might not want to be holding all cash right now. It's okay to have some money there, especially as sometimes whales kind of really freak us out. They just kind of change up the pace on us. But yeah, you could definitely play it safe and have all cash and wait for us to enter more in have more of a confirmation that we're going to be breaking out of this downtrend and going into a new uptrend. That'd be a good opportunity to buy. That's more of a safe way to play it, so I definitely understand where you're coming from. But there are opportunities here to make money, whether you're holding some interest plays, holding your longs, or if you're just trying to short it and make some money on the way down to maybe potentially $44,000, $45,000 for Bitcoin. Let's see right here. That should be fine. All right, there we go. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it a night. I got my mom here tonight again because she wasn't weak enough to get up the stairs at her house. So pretty soon I'm going to make her dinner, and I'm going to drive her back over to her. I'm going to drive her back to her house so I can help her up the stairs, because I think after dialysis, she's a bit weak now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow evening. Let's call it around 7 p.m. tomorrow as well. If there's anything crazy that happens tomorrow, I'll definitely be ready to live stream with you guys. But I will be a little bit busy tomorrow, helping out my mom and doing some stuff for her. So keep an eye on some stuff. I will put out a Bitcoin update tomorrow. I will put out another FinViz scanner. Heads up for you guys. If you guys like to trade stocks and options, I did put out a FinViz scanner today that I think you guys are going to really like. If I can find it, your channel. This one right here. FinViz Parabolic Scanner. There's two of them I put down here, and they work really well. They help you with the moving averages and finding ones that have finding plays that haven't popped off yet, and they're also good for options. So check them out if you guys can. If you guys do watch these videos, please watch the entire video and give it a like. If you watch the entire video, it's more important than liking. It's more important than commenting. So please consider watching the entire video. It's only like 8 minutes. So thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys at 7 p.m. Tomorrow evening for a few hours, maybe 2 to 3 hour stream, since it's going to be a Friday night. We'll have some fun and watch Bitcoin for any volatility or any potential day trades.